6 possible endings for Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes versus the Bloodline at Bad Blood 2024. Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Have a nice day. If you like the video, please subscribe and stay tuned for new videos. WWE appears to have a massive hit on its hands at the 2024 edition of Bad Blood, when Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns team up against the Bloodline's Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. While the begrudged truce between Rhodes and Reigns isn't popular across the board with fans, the fact that it is near impossible to predict what actually happens and who ends up the winner does make it intriguing. After all, the premium live event at State Farm Arena in Atlanta on Saturday could merely be the launching pad for something much bigger. That could mean a Civil War-styled event in the near future, betrayals, and any matter of surprise returns, if not jump-starting the build to WrestleMania 41 early. Here are a few ways the captivating match could end on Saturday night, in no particular order. It is easy to hand-wave any possible heel turns against Rhodes from friends like Kevin Owens or Randy Orton because WWE, after all, needs to fill out November's Survivor Series, War Games. But easy doesn't mean guaranteed. WWE has planted some seeds on the undisputed WWE champion getting betrayed already. Owens had that little shove on him and has already hinted he's disgruntled over his alliance with Reigns. And Orton has said his piece too. We're at a point now where, should Owens or Orton come out and turn on Rhodes mid-match, Reigns might just shrug it off and keep attacking his family business. His goals are bigger than one match. Overarching logic also points to this. Rhodes needs something to do until Survivor Series on November 30, and Orton still feels like a ticking time bomb, so perhaps Saturday lights the fuse. Don't discount Reigns as a heel or scheming villain just yet. He's the guy who gaslit his family for years and always found a way to win after all. There is a reality where, come Saturday night, fans find out he's found a way to win over members of Sikoa's bloodline, perhaps Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Or perhaps he gets some help from a returning Jimmy Uso, or even outside the company. Either way, a nice swerve would be fans expecting this almost babyface Reigns to continue for a long time with War Games on approach, only for him to scatter Sikoa's current bloodline and take back the Ula Fala. That swerve, of course, would then have Reigns at the command of a beatdown for Rhodes. Back as the tribal chief, he would then lead or command his stable against Rhodes, Orton, Owens, and insert Jey Uso or Sami Zayn here at the end of November. On paper, Reigns teaming up with Rhodes feels like one of the most overpowered tag teams in modern pro wrestling history. On paper. In reality, tag teams need chemistry. Even when WWE was May in the tag team department over the last decade, the teams with a rapport, such as the pre-Bloodline Usos, and the New Day-dominated teams that don't usually work together. And Reigns and Rhodes are far, far worse than just not working together. They despise each other, and there's a massive dose of distrust. WWE could go with some sappy Rhodes, or Reigns takes the bullet for the inverse to save the day, and they do a post-match handshake thing, sure. But far more compelling is distrust, letting the Bloodline pick up a shock win, only to fuel the rivalry and hatred more. It was already reasonable to feel like it would keep Fatu away from Reigns, lest he outshine Sikoa and spoil the appearance of the new Bloodline. Fair or not, he feels like the bigger threat to Reigns, while Sikoa is wearing ill-fitting suits and trying to be something he's not. More recently, we even had Rhodes offer Fatu a title match. Perhaps that is a thread WWE yanks on while the wait for November faction shenanigans goes on. This doesn't have to be as complicated as Fatu outright joining Reigns against Sikoa, but his unshakable character slowly hinting at attempting to take over the bloodline while also getting major singles action would be super compelling on a weekly basis. For those with a very long-term outlook on pro wrestling booking, it still feels like a matter of time before that corporate heel Rock returns to throw his weight around in this feud. In fact, it wouldn't be all that shocking to find out the final boss is at the controls of Sikoa's bloodline as it is, setting up an eventual Mania match with Rhodes or Reigns. Some might argue Rock wouldn't appear on a show like Bad Blood. But with War Games looming, a one-off cameo to drive the top narrative in pro wrestling doesn't seem all that impossible, almost regardless of the broadcast. While perhaps the most unlikely, this would generate the most buzz by a long shot, infuse each weekly broadcast with must-see intrigue, and can't 100% be ruled out either.